we're gonna be drawing Linus, Lucy's little brother. Just like Sally and Charlie Brown are brother and sister, Lucy and Linus are brother and sister. And I bet you didn't know that their last name was Van Pelt. Yep, Lucy and Linus Van Pelt, just like it's Charlie Brown and Sally Brown. It's Lucy and Linus Van Pelt. Notice my paper is this way. It's gonna be wide today instead of tall. And you'll see why once we get started. Oh, I'm gonna use my marker. So I'm gonna use my marker. We're gonna start drawing. We're gonna draw Linus's head. You are going to notice that his head is shaped a lot like his sister's. His sister's head is shaped not exactly round. It's got that little indent right there. See how it kind of dents in? And his face is gonna come around and stop right about there because that's where his blanket's gonna go. He always has his blanket. It is gonna come all the way around and touch the other side. You do get to see one little ear over here. We're not gonna worry about the rest of his face right now because we gotta worry about that blanket. And that is one of the hardest parts of this. It's why we didn't draw him first. I wanted you to have some practice drawing some of the other characters. The blanket's gonna come up and kind of connect those sides of his face. We're gonna worry about a little bit more of that blanket here in a minute because we're gonna have to draw a little bit more of his body. So on this one, we're not gonna draw one whole thing and complete it and then move on like we have in the other ones because he's a little trickier to draw. So you might notice that he often sucks his thumb, and so he's often got his hand ready to go in his mouth like this. So we're gonna draw his thumb like it's ready to go in his mouth like this. So we've got his nice little elbow coming up. We've got the thumb, we've got the pinky, the next finger, all ready to stick that thumb in his mouth. He does have a neck, and he does have a shirt that connects up right there. We're gonna work on the feet next. These are more like circles or ovals, not like potatoes, because we're seeing the bottom of his feet. He's sitting down and his feet are sitting straight out. We see a little bit of his sleeve on that side. Ooh, that foot looks bigger than that foot. Oh well, we'll have to fix that when I outline it. We can bring the rest of this blanket on down and have it kind of go over there. It's gonna spill onto the ground and you can make it curl around any way that you want. That's an artistic choice. We need to stop right about there because he holds it up to his head with his other hand. So we have to draw the other hand. And yes, we have to draw a broccoli. So we're going to do the elbow up to his wrist, and then he's got his nice little broccoli hand. And then this one comes down and falls down and hangs around. Now this is where we have some fun. You can make your wrinkles any way you want on that blanket. I like to give them lots of wrinkles, like it's a wrinkly blanket. Let's talk about his face. He has the same C nose that his sister has. His eyes are a little bit closer to the C nose than hers were. He looks a little unsure of what's going on, and so his eyes are kind of really wide open and his eyebrows are really up here, kind of like, I'm not really sure what I think about everything. And he doesn't have a happy face. He looks like he's getting ready to stick that thumb in his mouth. The hardest part now is the hair because it's weird. And the best way I can tell you how to do it is to make it really quick. So they're gonna be lines. He has like a few hairs and they all kind of are brushed forward. So watch me first. I'm gonna draw a hair and it comes up. Draw a hair and it comes up. This one's gonna come forward. This one's gonna go up and come forward. This one's gonna come forward. Up and come forward, come forward, come forward. That's Linus's hair. If you feel like you need another one in there, you can put a couple more, but they all tend to come up and come forward just like that. Linus's hair, I know. Now it looks more like him, and that's really harder than it looks, so you might want to practice that a little bit. Let's talk about other details. We have to put a stripe on his shirt because he has stripes on his shirt. Oh, I did forget one thing. These are pants down here. Back here we can see a little bit of his sleeve. We have stripes on those too. On the bottom of his feet, you can kind of see like where the heel part is and where the rest of the foot is. And so we put lines on here to look like the tread, you know, the pattern that's on the bottom of your shoe that helps you not slip. He has stripy ones on his. Done with drawing him now. The picture that I drew him from, he is sitting in some grass. So I'm going to put the grass. Get my outline marker. And I'm going to trace over all my lines. Even the hairs. Now it's really starting to look like him. Okay, I can get that here. Arm, fingers, thumb. Shoes. And then tread on the bottom of the shoes, outline with black marker. I like the blanket. It's hard, but I think it's really fun to learn how to draw those kind of shapes that don't really look like anything. Those kind of shapes are called organic shapes. And so I think it's kind of fun, and it gives you some artistic choice to make the blanket look however you want it to look, as long as it's laying on the ground. And I didn't do this side of the blanket all the way up. Grass, oh. There we go. He is ready for color. We don't have a lot of choice on color because he is peach, so you want to get a peach color. Like I said before, you can use orange and color lightly, or brown and color lightly if you do not have a peach. We do his arms, his ear, his face. We don't have to do his legs because you can't see them because his feet are in the way. His feet are in the way. Oh, but I did forget his neck. Don't forget his neck. Ears, face, arms, hands, neck. We don't have a lot of artistic choice when it comes to his clothes. Everything I've seen, he has a red striped shirt on. So we're going to color his shirt red. Ooh, that's a very bright red. I'm not sure I'm liking that red. If you don't like the color red you got, add some orange to it. Ooh, that's a pink, not an orange. I'm going to add some orange to it. That's going to look more like red now. You ever pick up those reds and they look like red, but they're not really a red? So that's how you fix that. Now, his pants that are deep in there, you can barely see them, but I do want to color them in there so you can see that he's wearing pants. They are going to be right in here. There we go, pants. He's got pants on. And if you have any gaps in here, color those in for his pants. The bottoms of his shoes are brown. So I'm going to color those brown. His blanket, we don't have a choice on either. I bet you can guess what color his blanket is. It's blue. It's light blue. So I'm going to color his blanket light blue. So that's going to be what color that is. Now you can do whatever you want in the background. You can practice what we did yesterday, which was making the sunset, or you can color the sky all one color, or you can leave it and make it so that it's just white. That's up to you. I'm gonna make it different. I'm gonna give him some grass, and I'm gonna make the grass kind of dark. Because my favorite show that has Linus in it, one of my favorite parts is when he's in the pumpkin patch for the Great, it's a Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. I love that one. And that's at night. So I'm gonna make this one at night. You have the artistic choice to make it whenever you want. So I'm gonna make a darker green for the grass, darker green. I'm going to make a sky that's dark. I don't want it to be blue because I think it'll match too much with that. So I'm gonna go with purple. I'm gonna make a purple sky. So I'm gonna make my whole sky purpley because sometimes when it gets dark, it starts to look purpley outside. So I'm gonna color my whole sky purpley. Notice I'm not using the tip, I'm using the side. It colors faster, colors a bigger area, and it keeps the tip of the crayon so you can get into fine areas later on. It's a little trick. Okay, coloring my guy here. Now there's certain areas that I don't want to forget. I don't want to forget there. You don't want to forget there either because you're going to see the sky through there. Now when you get up here to the hair, yes, you're going to color right through it because he's got really thin hair that you can kind of see through because it sticks up. So you don't want to like leave that white inside there. You want to color right through that hair. I'm going to do this side. You can kind of see he's starting to look really cute. Almost like he's really not sure about being out there by himself. Coloring it in. Being very careful when you get close to the face. Oh, my crayon broke. Oh well, we keep coloring. Color, 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 color. There we go. Now we have a nice cute Linus picture. That's going to be it for this week. So next time we will work on more Peanuts characters. We still have a lot of them to do. We have Peppermint Patty and we have Franklin and we have Snoopy. Everyone wants to draw Snoopy. He's really hard, so we save him for getting to the end. We draw Woodstock and we draw Schroeder. He's the guy with the piano, and yes, we draw his piano. We draw all of those things. We'll be drawing those during our next rotation. See you then.